Welcome back to another episode of Coffee Walk MD. I'm Dr. Brian Kendall.
And I'm Dr. Brittany Bankhead.
And this is your cure
For boring conversation.
I really like to go into my radio announcer voice there. It's like one of my favorite things.
I've been trying to tinker with your boring conversation.
Yeah.
Like, is it your boring conversation?
Yeah.
Your boring conversation. Really.
It is
really
like, yeah,
working.
like the up or the down.
Yeah. Which vibe are we going for today?
I keep hoping that somebody will like reach out to me like, hey, you have a great radio announcer voice. Do you want to come like...
Here's a chance for your career.
Chance for your career in announcing. Yeah, I could do it. My uncle did. He was an announcer. So I'm just saying it runs in the family.
Oh, you have an eyelash.
Oh, I do? Oh, is it? Not,
Oh, no.
It's Good Luck from not from The Notebook. What's that other movie you like? Yes, the Santa Ana's.
The Holiday.
The Holiday, yes.
I love that you knew the Santa Anas.
That's what they talk about. It's the Santa Anas. That's the one interesting part of that whole movie
Black
to me.
Says the Santa Ana word.
Anything
can happen.
Anything can happen.
Anything
it's
can
because
happen.
It's scientific. So I got to make a wish. How do you do that?
We both make a wish, and whoever gets it gets the wish.
Okay, I'm wishing. Okay. Oh, you got
Dang
it.
You got
set it up.
Neither of us got
it. Oh, that's
so
horrible.
on brand.
No wish is coming true around here.
No wish is coming true. But we do have a lovely coffee walk planned
We
today.
do have a very lovely coffee walk coming up. So today's coffee, once again, we're back on that Foresight Coffee Paradigm Blend. No sponsorship, just like to share what we're drinking.
But we're not above it.
We're not above it. Hey.
Okay.
And then we picked out some mugs to honor our son who had a birthday. Stop.
Brian says birthday in the most annoying way you could ever possibly imagine. We realized his gobbler is what makes it.
I don't have a gobbler.
It's what makes it bad.
It's my lower jaw that I use that to say birthday, but when I do like this, it stops it.
Yeah.
So that's good. Now my announcer career is torpedoed.
It's
Thank
done.
you. I can't say birthday.
But okay, so our mugs. So mine is actually a mug that Starbucks put out a long time ago, and they sold it with like a specific kind of marker, which is probably just Sharpie.
Yeah.
And then you would bake it in.
Yeah.
Bake it in. And that'd be a good name for something.
Bake it in. There, I think it already is, isn't it?
Probably.
I don't know.
Anyway, Knox made this probably, I don't know, what was he, 6 or 7?
I know, he was younger than that.
7.
No, 6, 7. We've been told that that's no longer cool. You can't say it anymore.
Yeah.
No, this was like he was 3. He had just learned to write his name.
I'm an awful mother.
Because Tinsley wasn't born yet. This is like very young Knox. So this mug is like 10 years old at least, and it's
incredible.
lasted.
Yeah. But I'm drinking an Americano from the
son. And then this is another mug that our son... So we're honoring our son because he had that birthday recently.
Yes.
So this is his other mug that he made. It's like a standard size mug that says, "We love y'all." And it's got some very scribble-scrabble painting on it, but it's... perfect. I think I'm drinking some paint chips in here too. It's like coming off of the
Yeah, because if you aren't aware, a couple of episodes back we talked about dishwasher safe mugs.
Yeah.
And we don't believe in non-dishwasher safe items.
Nope.
And if you're not dishwasher safe, we're just going to dishwash you into obedience
or
into brokenness.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Exhibit A.
This, we love this mug, but it may not last much longer. All right. Well, we are about to go on our coffee walk. This is where we keep our conversation from being boring. It brings new aspects into our marriage, into our relationship. And our hope is that you can take this into your life and bring this conversation into your relationship as well.
Not this conversation.
But the framework for the conversation.
For which to have your own conversation. Good thing I'm here, sir.
Yeah, thank goodness. I honestly would be flailing if it weren't for you.
There was a 2-year time.
There was that's
you
true.
did okay, though.
I did okay.
Newsflash, we were divorced.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know. But Brett, you did great.
I did good. I was a good boy.
That's for another day, reader. Okay, so the framework of your coffee walk today is going to be current events. We love a current event time on this podcast. And then today we're going to lean into marriage replay. That's what Brian's calling it. We'll get into that in a second. That might not apply to you, but hey, maybe it does.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a relationship replay.
That's right.
Vibe check. I'm excited about this one. We're going to start a new vibe check, and then behind the curtain. And this part of the coffee walk is really about looking behind the curtain at your job, at your volunteer work, at your whatever it is that you're doing during the day that your partner isn't a part of, and you're taking back the curtain and you're showing them a little bit of insight into what that's like, just like you used to do back when you were first getting to know each other, you first started hanging out, whatever it was. You're opening the curtain and kind of just diving deep instead of just, how was your day? Fine.
Yeah.
How was my day? Fine.
Exactly.
And we like to do that for you also with medicine.
Yeah.
And all things surgery and medicine related.
Give you some insider info.
Little insider info.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm really excited I want to hear, I don't know what the new Karen is.
Our current events. So
yeah, current events.
I have 2 current events on here.
Okay.
Because they're kind of both mini current events.
Yeah.
If you're new to the podcast, current events, Brian and I have extremely differing ideas on what current events actually are. Some of our prior ones are like me telling you about Real Housewives and Brian talking about constituents and me talking about the latest in fashion trends, and Brian's like, yes, well, Greenland. Venezuela and Greenland. And I'm like, bro, I would never know. I haven't even seen that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so first of all, there's a new Karen in town.
Who?
It's no long. Here's the thing. Okay. Apparently, Karen is like a 50s-year-old, like, we don't like her. She's like, call the manager.
Yeah.
That's Karen.
Okay.
Now, like, our generation is the Karen.
What?
Like, we're the manager, we're the whatever. Her name is Jessica.
Oh.
It's now Jessica.
Really?
Yes.
Why Jessica?
I don't make these things up. It's just in the news.
We have a great Jessica.
We love our Jessica.
Yeah.
But this Jessica is the new Karen.
Really?
Yes.
I'm not on board with that.
Well, you don't get to choose. It's just...
I deny this.
I think there's a whole generation of Karens who are like, I don't want to be Karen.
That's their problem.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica.
I'm not hip to that. I don't like that.
You're not hip to a lot of things.
That's true.
So we're not surprised.
We're not surprised at all.
And then the other part of my current events, Blake and Taylor.
I don't know.
Boy. Oh boy.
So wait, are we on? You're
really squinting hard.
I really. Do we like Blake Lively or do we not?
I honestly, I think if you asked 100 different people, you get 100 different answers. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who is. Here's the deal. Here's my hot take. In all of these stories, it's either there's a villain and there's a hero, right? In my opinion, I think they're both a little villainous and I think they're both a little heroic.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're heroes, obviously, but I think this is a primo example of like the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
That is what I think. That is my opinion. I am clearly not in a courtroom, a court of law, whatever, to know that. I'm not privy to all the insider info. I am very much a huge advocate for women and not being suppressed and not being we do get oppressed and suppressed a lot, especially in male dominated fields. And so on that level, I want to make sure that I'm being empathetic to whatever Blake Lively says happened. And sometimes I have been there are times when men can coax and make things seem a certain way in order to make you feel less than and smaller than, and you come back fighting.
Yeah.
So I want to be empathetic to that potentially being the case. However, I also, and I'm sure a lot of women here have been, I also have been in a lot of rooms where women are nasty and women go for the throat and the jugular in very cunning and conniving ways. And that is just like me being totally honest. I am a woman. I know what women are capable of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And just because you're a woman doesn't absolve you of being held accountable for those nasty actions too.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
Like, every time I see something that's newly been released out in the news, it's like, wait, like, I thought I was kind of on Justin Baldoni's side, and now I'm kind of on Blake Lively's side, and now these people are saying this, and these people are saying that. I honestly think this is somewhere in the middle. And what are we actually fighting about?
Yeah.
Like, I know where it started, but like now, whoa, where have we ended up? But the interesting part, like, that's the current events of it all, is that Taylor Swift's team was like, Tay-Tay had no idea. she didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on. How does Taylor Swift even involved in this conversation?
Well, her team said she was not involved in the conversation.
Okay.
She knew nothing about all these goings on.
Okay.
But now they have released Blake and Taylor's private text messages from this entire time.
Oh.
And Taylor clearly was in the know about some of the goings on.
Oh.
Not that she was like doing anything nefarious, but like she knew what was going on. So the whole like, well, she had no idea is not true.
Not true. But was Taylor just being a friend? Like,
so she kind of was just being a friend, but like still you knew. It's not like you were in the dark, which is what her team was saying. And it's kind of, I mean, I've loved a lot of Blake Lively's things in the past, but Blake Lively really comes across in a not good light in these texts. Yeah. Like, she's kind of sucking up to Taylor. And Taylor really, I mean, from where I'm sitting, Taylor's being a girl's girl, and she's trying to, like, have her friends back. She doesn't know all the specifics, but she's trying to have her friends back. And, like, you can't, I would do the same thing for my friend, right? Yeah. Like, we ride at dawn, whatever it is. Yeah. Like, you tell me, girl, I'm with you. Yeah. But then, like, I don't know. Blake is... Oh boy, our dog is probably actively puking.
He is.
On the other side of the table.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay. Just keep going.
So if you hear a that was not Brian, right?
Yeah.
Good times. Anyway, I just think I don't even know where I was.
You were talking about how Taylor's being a girl's girl.
Yes.
And
yes. Yeah. But then it gets into Blake being like. Kind of kissing her butt a little bit, and you're like, okay, girl, like, what are we doing? I don't know. It was an awkward friend encounter to watch.
Weird
text message. Yeah. Anyway, that's my current.
To me, I mean, I've seen some periphery stuff on my news channels, and it's very interesting to me. First off, I think I can say this for everybody, like. I appreciate your honest like take on it. Like I think you're doing an excellent job presenting both sides and not just being like
bipartisan of
very bipartisan. Yeah, exactly. I love that. And it's interesting to me because it's not just. I mean, it's like okay, they have their lawsuit, but then the guy also has his lawsuit.
Absolutely.
And they're both fighting like they have the right side. Like they're on the right side. Yeah. So I totally agree with you. It seems like the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
My current events is a little bit closer to home this time. It's not the international affairs that we normally do. But current events in our own life, we had quite the weekend this past weekend.
Quite the weekend.
Yeah. So we went on a trip, and we had two basic emergencies happen on this trip. That
we will keep complete
privacy confidentiality
of these people, but it was rough.
It required us to use our full training as medical professionals. Everybody's okay now. It's all good. But it completely turned the trip in an opposite direction of where we saw it going. But what I loved about it, and the reason I wanted to talk about it was because I loved it about us. That it didn't, like, we didn't get at each other's throats about it. It didn't turn into this, like, nasty, like, blaming of, like, you, that, whatever. It like we worked.
Since one happened under your watch.
Yes, yes. Well, yes, but also because like you were mad with one of the scenarios because I wasn't answering my phone. Yeah, and you were super mad about like me not answering the text and all of that. But then as soon as you found out the reason why, which is a good legitimate reason, it was like we were back on the team, and you and I worked very well together as a team, and doing those things, and it just makes me love you. So yeah, that was my current event. I love how even in adversity, find yourself somebody that even in adversity, y'all are still like working together as a team.
Well, this like, I mean, coming down a lot from like the funnies and the whatever from what you just said, I saw something recently that said, choose a partner that you would want by your side when your parents die. And
that's dark
I know
a little bit.
I know it's deep and whatever, but like those are like the real tough moments in life and what that will be at some point, right? And anyway. Yeah.
All right.
On that note,
what's our next topic on our coffee walk?
We're moving into marriage replay.
Oh, yeah.
So recap on this, fun fact, we met in undergrad at Texas A&M. Brian went off to the Peace Corps. I went off to get a master's in Miami. Things happened. We got married. Then we applied to medical school on our honeymoon. We went to medical school together. We had a kid in medical school. We were married for 13 years. We got divorced in 2021. We were divorced but co-parented well for 2 years. Did a lot of individual work on ourselves. Ended up finding one another again and got remarried.
Yep.
And now we're doing a culmination of
there's like
number of years.
Yeah, because it's like it's a culmination of like we're at like an amalgamation or accumulation of 15-ish years.
Ish. Who doesn't celebrate an anniversary in ish years?
Yeah, you know.
Maybe a lot of people.
Yeah. We would totally fail the question though if anybody ever asked us like, how many years have you been married? Like, I don't think either one of us would get it right.
Yeah. So we wanted to start this thing where clearly from people who have done something, undone it.
Yeah.
And then done it again. Like, you learn a lot. Learn a lot. And I think we have a lot to offer to people who are, and people reach out to me all the time. I don't know if they ever ask you, but like, they constantly ask me, what did you change? What was different? What are you doing different now? And how does that look? And so I think we have a lot of good insight on that. And there may be a book in the future. Who knows? But for now, we're going to talk about one thing we learned from M1 that makes M2 better.
Yes.
M1 being our first marriage, M2 being the second.
That's right. Yeah, so for me, it really was, you hit on it a little bit of like, we did a lot of work on ourselves. And it was finding like that adage from the airplane of like, you put your oxygen mask on first and then you put everybody else's on. That's one of the biggest things that I learned was taking care. Self-care for me is self-care or is care for everybody else. Like that, like I take care of myself, making sure that I am good, making sure that I am doing things that fulfill me, that making sure that I am following my dreams and achieving my goals. And then by doing that helps me feel better about myself, which then outwardly allows me to help take care of everybody else still.
We literally talked about this yesterday.
I know, which is why I made this a topic, because I was like, man, that's a great...
Yes,
it's a great
because
thing.
I reminded you yesterday.
I know. I still need to be reminded.
Because Brian and I are opposites in this. My default is quite selfish, honestly.
Yeah.
Brian's default is way too giving.
Yeah, way too giving.
I mean, there's such a thing as being too giving.
Yeah, it's detrimental to...
And his default is there.
Yes.
And those are very, very opposites. And in our first marriage, those became complete adversaries. Instead of complimenting one another and helping each other to like be better at the other thing, they became total life sucks. Yeah. Both of them. And we both exploited those way too much.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think probably a lot of couples are like, because a lot of opposites attract, right? Like we're alike in a lot of ways, but we are very, very opposite in some of those ways. So yeah, it still comes up, and you know, forever being selfish will be my tendency. Forever being too overly giving will always be your tendency, and we have to have each other to constantly get back on the road of good.
That's right.
Because we did learn the road of good when we were apart and divorced, and so yeah, just some things came up recently where it was like, no, remember, like this was. You were whole and you were fulfilled internally without any, and that is the best version of you. And you were the best version for everybody else when you are this. And
because I will literally give so much of myself that it affects my mental health.
100%.
My stress level goes way up. I get down. I get like kind of depressed, I think is maybe a strong word, but like definitely get to a place where it's like, this is not good for me. Although I'm thinking that by what I'm doing is being helpful and kind and whatever else, but it's too much.
It literally reminds me of the giving tree.
Yes, exactly.
That's
like the giving
exactly
tree.
what it is.
Yeah.
Because the tree is, if you've never read this book, the tree is being so genuine and wanting to give the little boy everything he possibly can to help the little boy. It kind of makes me emotional. To help this boy.
To the point where the tree chops off her own trunk.
It's a stump of nothing. Yeah. And it can't offer anything anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
so
deep.
Very deep. So yeah, that's my thing that I learned
Yeah.
is be better about taking
Yeah.
care of myself so that then that allows me to then appropriately take care of others the way I want to.
Yep. I'll be quick with mine. So, I mean, coffee walks themselves. When people ask me, what do you do different or whatever, I mean, this was a very, again, easy, cheap, free thing for us to implement and to do and to integrate into our lives where we were able to shirk all other responsibilities and kid things and whatever and just get outside, walk, and talk.
Yeah.
And reconnect. Even if you don't have time or budget or whatever for a date night, that moment, coffee walks were a huge, easy thing that we were able to implement.
Love it.
Okay, vibe check.
Vibe check.
Vibe check. What is one area of your life going great? What is one that is not?
Do you want me to go first?
Go ahead.
Okay, or do you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
Okay, vibe check. Where I feel like I'm going great, my physical health.
Heck yeah.
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 Yeah, I feel strong.
Physical.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going skiing in a few weeks and like I feel like I've been doing I haven't been skipping leg day. Like I'm ready for the
You need to not skip leg day.
Rude. Oh yeah, I mean it's true, but also rude. Luckily this podcast is from the waist up. You can't see my chicken legs. Yeah. So I'm ready. Like I'm feeling good from a physical standpoint. I had something in my foot recently. Like we don't know if it was a splinter or what it was. Brittany did some surgery on my foot, and that really made me I just want to have my foot not hurt anymore. And then Brittany got it to a point where it wasn't hurting anymore, and now I'm back, and I'm like, yes, like I'm back,
baby,
and I'm ready. So I'm grateful for my physical health. I feel like it's going really good right now.
Good.
And then the thing that I feel like is not going really well is time management.
Yeah.
We had a whole meeting about this. We had a great we have CEO level meetings in our marriage.
We do.
And Brittany was on the whiteboard.
Up here in this office, we have a whiteboard, and still on that whiteboard
is the minutes from the meeting.
If I could show you what's on that whiteboard, you'd be like, whew.
Yeah. That we broke it all down of what are the things we're doing for work, and we need to cut. We need to cut things from work that we need to get rid of that aren't benefiting.
Cut it out.
Oh yeah.
Where's
Full
that
house.
from? Oh,
Uncle Joey.
Yes,
not Jesse. Uncle Joey. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What do you got? What's your vibe check?
Hold on. Oh. What was the Uncle Jesse? What was his phrase?
I got you. Oh, I got you, babe. No. I don't know.
Have mercy.
Oh, have mercy. Yeah. That's right.
That's so random.
Yeah.
So my vibe check, things going great. So I had a meeting with my boss recently, and I'm an academic trauma surgeon, meaning that in addition to my surgery clinical things, we do other academic things related to our job with this academic institution and the medical school. And so that means things like research and innovation and medical student things and mentorship and all this stuff. And once you change institutions, which I did coming from Texas to here, it's a lot to regain traction, to figure your way around, to get the clinical stuff under your belt. It takes a while. But my boss basically, a lot of times in those meetings, I feel like you kind of get roasted and they're like, hey, what are you doing about XYZ? But my boss was like, you're thriving. I'm very this is going really well.
Yeah.
And so that, and honestly, it kind of comes a lot more easy to me than it used to, which is a huge blessing.
Yeah.
Right? That's really lovely.
Yeah.
So that was nice. I feel like I'm doing good in that way. But what is not vibe checking with me right now? We'll get into it another time, but after our colonoscopies, we did have some polyps and did realize that we needed to make some changes in our American diet.
Yeah.
And the two biggest ways, I would say three biggest ways, were with red meat, with processed foods, and with sugar.
And alcohol.
Yeah. That's true. We had kind of cut out a lot of alcohol,
we didn't drink a lot anyways,
so I didn't feel like that was a huge change.
Yeah.
But the red meat, the processed food, and the sugar were really big changes. Yes. And the red meat has gone really well.
Yeah.
We don't have it that often. Mm-hmm. It's cut back a lot. The processed foods, we were really good about it. It's been less so lately, honestly. We need to be better about that. But man, sugar. Like, I am just plain addicted. And it is really hard for me. Yeah. And I feel like I am not vibing on that part of trying to make a change. So I'm being very honest that if you have difficulty with sugar, so do I. And if you have a magic pill for how to not be addicted to sugar, I'm open and it. Very willing to try it.
Yes.
Anyway,
there it is.
That's just being honest.
Vibe check.
All right, behind the curtain, real quick.
Yep. All right. My behind the curtain is the ambulance. Who should call, who should not. So I got to preface this with, this is medical information only.
Correct.
Not advice.
Not medical advice.
Okay, not medical advice. Done. So I had an experience the other day on shift with somebody who showed up to a freestanding emergency department who may or may not have been having a stroke.
Okay.
And I, and talking to them and doing whatever else, the question came up of like, telling them, okay, well, you're at a freestanding emergency department, right, which means that we can start stuff here, but then we are 100% going to have to transfer you to right, our stroke center right, to get definitive care for this. And they're like, wait, what? And they didn't, I was like, yeah, I mean, this is, blah, blah, blah. And I mentioned something like, yeah, a lot of times if you call the ambulance, they'll just take you immediately to a stroke center. And they said, really? I didn't know that. And I thought, wow, okay, like maybe we've swung the pendulum too far, because there was a point in time where it's like people were calling the ambulance way too often.
And it still happens.
But now it's like, okay, there are very appropriate times to call an ambulance. And those times are if you think you're having a heart attack, or if you think you're having a stroke, or if you have suffered a trauma of some sort. Those three specifically, definitely a good idea to call an ambulance, mm-hmm, for the main reason of the EMTs and the paramedics are very well trained to make sure that they are taking you to the appropriate hospital. Because mm-hmm, if you go to the wrong hospital, if you drive yourself and go to the wrong hospital, you have delayed your care by a lot. So,
and can put you out of the window of getting the actual treatment that you could have gotten otherwise.
That's exactly right. So, yes, you need to be responsible about when you call the ambulance and when you don't. But mm-hmm, there are definite times where it's like, it is a great idea to call them, because if not, you could really be harming yourself. Yeah. Yeah, that's my behind the curtain.
Yep. Mine is that, again, with some of the current news, so Bethany Frankel this week, she put out a thing about her stage 2 kidney disease.
Oh. Ooh.
She has stage 2 renal disease, may or may not be autoimmune related, something, but was talking about her nephrologist, which is a kidney doctor, and all the things that they recommended, and how water is your therapy. Like, mm-hmm, I mean, he just was like, you have got to up the water, the fluids. And she was like, I had no idea. And then I need to like not have some of these other medications like ibuprofen and naproxen. Mm-hmm. And I just, for behind the curtain for our family, I will say I do not take ibuprofen hardly ever because of my reflux disease, mm-hmm, and history of gastritis, and I have Barrett's esophagus. So like all of these upper GI things mean that I am very careful about not taking ibuprofen hardly ever. If that's you, again, talk to your doctor. This is not medical advice, but probably don't need to be taking ibuprofen either. But when we do take ibuprofen, or especially our kids, when they're taking ibuprofen, or Brian is taking ibuprofen, as a family of doctors, we make sure we crank up the fluids.
That's right.
Because just by having ibuprofen or naproxen or any form of an NSAID, NSAID, the mechanism in which these are coming and being metabolized in your body, it's going to go through your kidneys and it's going to give them a little ouchie. Like it is, and most kidneys are healthy and they're going to be just fine. But as a family of doctors, we up the fluids, mm-hmm, so that you can try to push this stuff through your, mm-hmm, kidneys as quickly and as easily and as safely as possible, which doesn't harm anything, right? And if you're taking ibuprofen, you're probably a little bit dehydrated or swollen or something, and you probably need it anyway. So that's my behind the curtain of, as a family of doctors, if you're taking ibuprofen or naproxen in our family, or adjacent to our family, we are telling you to push water.
Yes.
And a lot of it, especially around the time that you're taking that ibuprofen.
Yeah, love it.
That's a little bit of free medical information, not advice.
That's right. Well, that's the end of our coffee walk.
Yep.
We have made it back home. Hopefully you get to take these topics on your coffee walk this week and bring these topics into your conversation. Mm-hmm. Follow us wherever you find your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on YouTube at Coffee Walk MD. Also at Coffee Walk MD on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We are everywhere.
All the places.
So thanks again for listening. This has been Coffee Walk MD, your cure
for boring conversation.